I was about to start complaining. Look at you. Beautiful. You're with me now. Hey. Whoa! Whoa! Wait. I gotta ask. Why are you shooting me with a toy gun? What are you talking about? How does this doesn't even look fake at all. Like, is that one fake? No. This one's real. Well, how was I shooting you then? Good question. I have no idea. Okay, well, I got something. I'm gonna put this down. And I want you to just shoot me. Just shoot me anywhere up here. You want me to shoot you? Yeah. Alright. You need me to do anything else? No! Just stun me. Alright. Well, I gotta worry about him anymore. Stunned and knocked out and gone to sleep. Well, new weapon for me. I don't want that. This one for me. Don't worry about that. It was just something cool I really wanted to do for this video, but yeah. So I guess we can go ahead and start off with this. So, what's going on, guys? It is Shay here. Welcome back to another prop review. It has been long ever since I have said that. And fun fact, I actually have an actual prop that I can review, an actual prop I made myself, but I really don't feel like reviewing it right now. I'm going to be doing something else that I bought off of Amazon and customize myself to make it look more show/movie accurate. So today I have for you all the E-11 blaster rifle from Star Wars. Now, to be specific, this is the Star Wars Rebels version of the E-11, which I like a lot more. Looks a little cooler. Excuse me, it looks cooler to me for some reason. But I like this one a lot more, and I have actually wanted one of these for years. This is the Rubie's cosplay, or Rubie's costume accessory is what it's called, for a stormtrooper, but I decided that why not go ahead and just buy this, and I did it recently, because I've been wanting one of these for so long. I've had other Rubie's, like, guns, like blasters, like the DL-44, I've had that, which I ended up disassembling, taking apart, and turning into a different blaster or some shit. And, you know, I think I had another one before, I don't know, but I think the only one I've had before was the DL-44, which hopefully I can get my hands on again at one point, maybe turned onto Ezra's blaster, because he uses a DL-44 in Rebels. But I have the E-11 right now, and recently I'm having somewhat of an infatuation with the E-11. I don't know, I've always loved the E-11, it just looks fucking cool. Like, this is like what most people think of when they hear Star Wars blaster. It's the E-11, because, I mean, like, beautiful, amazing. You can aim and everything. I don't know, dude. And also, fun fact, but this is the first time I've ever done a prop review or a video in general outside of my house I currently live at. This is my house right here. And this is the first time I have done any video, like not even a prop review. This is my first time I've ever done a video for YouTube outside, out here. I don't know. I've been living here for a year at this point, and this is my first time doing a video out here. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump straight into this. So with that being said, let's begin. So first off, this right here is the original picture for the original E-11, and I actually have a few things to talk about when it came to painting this gun. So the paint job that you see done here is not spray paint. It is done with acrylic paint, and I don't know if anybody can tell, but there's some black markings up there because I'm holding the grip too hard and all that stuff. But, I mean, I can't really help that because, you know, I'm always playing around with it and everything. And also, I'm sorry if the wind is blowing. It's kind of windy for some reason. But, yeah. Oh, my God. So, yeah, this blaster, it was not easy to paint, especially at the first point, when I first made it. It wasn't easy. So, I'll get with that right now. So, as I said, this is the original picture, if I included it in the video. That is what it originally looked like with no paint. I didn't even take a picture of what this thing looked like in my hands before I got it, or like before I started painting it. And fun fact, but the power pack piece here was backwards. Like, it came into the mail, and I wouldn't have had to open up this thing if this was in place or in the right place, because it's supposed to look like this, right? Like facing downward or facing this way toward the barrel. It was facing backward, and I'm just thinking in my head, and I think I said this a lot, it's just like, these fuckers had one job to get this right, and they turned it backwards. I don't fucking know, dude. So, I had some leftover black spray paint, which I don't know if that's thrown away by now, but I have some leftover black spray paint, and I tried to use that for this. However, I don't know if anybody can tell, but since my hand rubs off all that paint, there is some white, you can see a little bit of the original plastic there, and I don't know if the camera was picking it up, but you can see some faint, a little bit more, like, some more black color, and that was because I tried to spray paint that, this with black spray paint, the one that I had left over, and it took me, I found out like maybe 15 minutes after painting it, and it looked like shit the first time I did it. Found out about 15 minutes after I started painting was that it was mainly meant for grills and stuff, and even if it was meant for grills, that paint was going everywhere. Like, it would just make spots on the gun, and I didn't like it. So, after I spray painted it and, like, kind of got everything up and all that shit, I just threw the spray paint away, and that was the first time I actually used it for something proper, like for something I wanted to do, and it just looked like shit. So I ended up going to Walmart the day after, when I got off of work, got me a bottle of acrylic paint, which was, the bottles I usually get are around 50 cents, so I got that, and I got that, came home, started spray painting this baby, and this is what it looks like now. Also, my silver metallic paint, same thing, I gave it a little bit of weathering. I painted this piece over here, I think, because it's mainly, I'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, I I painted this. I gave the gun a little bit of weathering. I didn't give it too much, because I didn't really want that much. So yeah, I guess we can go ahead and get into the history of the E-11, and then I'll talk about, all this other jazz and that. So the E-11 is the standard issue blaster rifle for the Galactic Empire's stormtroopers, and for some Imperial officers, and for the Imperial jump or rocket troopers, as it's called in Rebels. I call them jump troopers because I think that's what the Wikia calls them. And jump troopers sound cooler. And it's also used by a few other characters, especially in Rebels. I'm mainly taking reference from Rebels because this is the model that it's based off of, from the Rebels version. And it doesn't look that far off from the actual E-11 that, from the original trilogy and what's seen in, like, all the other movies. It doesn't look that far off. It just looks a little bit more smoother, which I kind of like. But yeah, and this was also used by a lot of Rebels in both, the movies and animated shows after the Clone Wars, that is. But this is fucking an amazing blaster, dude. I love it. It's I've heard it being called an all-rounder blaster or something like that, because I don't know, it just has everything you need. It's powerful, well, for a blaster rifle. It's powerful, single fire, rapid fire, and it has stun as well. And I will be showing off all those modes today. I haven't done a review on a gun in a minute. I think the last prop review I done was on a guitar, a Paper Jams guitar that I kind of modified to like a Gibson, a Gibson SG, a proper Gibson SG. I don't know, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about this. So yeah, this blaster is just amazing, dude. Iconic in all forms, honestly. And I honestly think if in any media that you'll see, it's iconic. Be it in Rebels, the original trilogy, some of the newer movies that revolve around, like the Galactic Civil War and all that. Also, if you're wondering why I keep looking behind me, because, as I said, this is my first time filming outside, so I don't know, dude, but yeah. So yeah, dude, the E-11 is fucking an amazing blaster, and even though it's seen as a symbol, like in universe, to a lot of people, this is seen as a symbol of, like, terror by a lot of people, more than likely, by both Rebels and Stormtroopers alike. It's probably seen as a weapon, or, it's probably seen as a weapon of terror, like a lot of weapons are. But yeah, so, and apparently it has been used well after the Galactic Civil War, because this is how good it is, until this thing in the canon got phased out by the F-11D, the standard issue blaster rifle for the First Order Stormtroopers, which there does exist a Rubie's prop version, but apparently it's a really small blaster, or it's not big enough for somebody with big hands like me. So, or pretty much like for adult hands in a way, it's not big enough, but I may look into that at one point. So another thing about this blaster was that since this was backwards, I had to literally open the gun, like just take his, it was also like, you know, put together a little weird. So that's why you see like here, you see a crease in the gun, because I had to like literally come into the gun, wait, what? I had to go into the gun and just open it, just like break all the little plastic seams so that way, you know, like clean seams, because you could see for like a lot, well, I don't know if you can really see, but like a lot of these seams right here, this seems like a clean break, because that is just that easy to open a gun. So I came in here, open a nub, and just try my best to get this out, and I had to reapply it the right way with hot glue, and that's, yeah, so pretty much if this breaks, or breaks open, I could just hot glue it back again. And I'm not really gonna play with this thing roughly, like with rough play or anything, because I just like playing around with it, you know, like doing all that kind of stuff. But yeah, and everything else seemed like it's all right. The only problem that I have with it was that when I was opening it, the screw back here, I don't know if you can see the screw in there, yeah, that screw right there, I had a lot of problems trying to get that screw out, and it never came out. So I just kind of swiveled the gun around, because it cuts into two pieces when you open it. And it just like, I had to swivel it out and, you know, just do all that. And also, you see some of the screw holes are still like present or still open, because I don't know if I want to hot glue those in or if I want to just keep them like that, but they also look really ugly that way. So I may end up just like covering them in, because you can still see some of the original plastic and some of the screw holes, like these two right here on the scope and on the folding stock, are prominent. And also, another thing about the E-11 is that it has a folding stock, which I guess we can go ahead and get into the features of that now. It has a folding stock. You don't really see that used in either the movies or in the show. You don't see it in the show at all, especially in Rebels. You don't see them extend the stock, and for that, it's kind of just rendered useless. And then you can even extend this piece right here as a forward grip, or you can just bring it around and all that. And it has, from what I know, 4 settings, or either 3 or 4 settings on the blaster. You have single fire, rapid fire, or automatic, pulse fire, from what I've heard. I think that's in Legends, and stun. And you can also put it in safety. And apparently there's also a mode called Sting. I don't know. I think it's seen in Rebels, like the yellow bolts that it fires. Like, I think it's more of a non-lethal kind of thing. Same with stun. But yeah, that's what the E-11 has. Let's compare this to some other blasters that I have right here. So we're going to first compare this to the DH-17. Now, I don't know if I've made a proper review on this before. I probably have made a proper review on this before. But this is the DH-17. It is the blaster pistol that is common amongst Rebel soldiers and most common among the Rebel Alliance. And fun fact, but in the original trilogy, the DH-17 was made off the same body as the E-11, and the E-11 was made off of a Sterling Mark IV SMG, or submachine gun. And they just added on a scope, they added on, you know, they kind of cut down the magazine to make it like a power pack. They added on this thing, which I heard is a mechanical counter or something, and the DH-17 kind of went down that route, but removed the stock and gave it a different scope. And for the original trilogy, they kept this piece in there. So honestly, I could take this and put it in here. But in the games like, you know, in games like Star Wars Battlefront, the reboot version from 2015, this is just there. Like, I don't really know how you would activate the power pack at that point, but yeah, that is that they have well, if I had the original kind of like, or a replica version of the movies, I'd be able to show it off a little bit easier. So yeah, that is the E-11, and I guess we can go ahead and for the first time in God knows how long, about a year or two, we're gonna do a shooting test. Alright, here we are in my backyard, my mom's backyard to be specific. You know, that's where I've been doing the video the whole time. But we're gonna go ahead, test this thing out. We're gonna first fire one or two-handed like you're supposed to. So you kind of like this. You can either aim or just hip fire. I was kind of hip firing in the skit, but let's do it. So E-11 blaster rifle on single fire firing. Alright, so there's that. And we'll fire one-handed. Let me just wait for this truck to pass by. I ain't trying to fucking have anybody shoot at me, dude. Here we go. So yeah. Let's put it in, I guess, automatic. I'll kind of go off the basis that is put in Star Wars Battlefront without an E-11, just fires pretty much like this, like that. And I'm not even gonna attempt to fire it automatic with one hand. I can put it back to single, and we can just like comment how the like from Angry Birds Star Wars, which I've been really addicted to recently again. Where you can play as a stormtrooper pig in the game, and he just comes in and just starts shooting everywhere, and that kind of thing would kind of go something like this, like that. Like he just comes in like whoo, like that's how he makes, and then he just fucking just 1, 2, 3. He fires like 5 shots apparently. And the last thing I am gonna do is fire in a stun. So yeah, and there's another car coming. God, dude, there's a lot of cars coming through here. Really wish it still had, you know, an enclosed backyard. Anyways, let's fire it in and stun right quick. So, that's that. So, it feels really good to do prop reviews again, dude. And there may be a chance I will do another another prop review of a gun that I have painted myself. You know, because I honestly think I'm done making props myself because I kind of lost the creativity for it, dude. Like, that's the one reason why I don't really do prop reviews anymore, for that reason, because I've kind of just lost interest in it. And, you know, I don't have, also another reason is that I don't have the materials needed to make to properly make a prop, like a gun prop again or something like that, because like with the cardboard I always had that I made my props out of, it was always thick cardboard thick enough, with the right thickness for me, and I always got it from my old job because, you know, it's just fucking cardboard. So, so I ate popcorn earlier. So I always took that home and, you know, made a prop, and I made so many over the years, but I honestly think I'm done doing that now because, like, I don't have a way to get it anymore, it's not your average cardboard won't work. Like, not any kind of cardboard it just won't work. That's what I'm trying to say. So, yeah. But other than that, dude, it feels really good to do this again, and I really hope I can do this again with more guns that I'll get in the future. And I may start doing that soon, because I plan on getting a Stormtrooper helmet soon, and probably gonna review that. I'm not gonna get full-on armor, because first off, it's too expensive to get full-on armor, and two, I just want a helmet. It's either a TIE Fighter pilot helmet or a Stormtrooper helmet, and I'm gonna get one of them. So yeah, I guess with that being said, that's pretty much it. Thank you everybody for watching this video. And I will hopefully come up with another one of these kind of videos soon. So yeah, with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.